Welcome all to Fill Your Cup in Five once again. I'm really looking forward to our conversation today. And I'm curious, what do you do in the morning, Linda? Do you have a morning success routine or any kind of routine in the morning to get you going?
Actually, I do. I have to say, for the last several years, I have what I call a morning success routine. It used to be that I would get up and play beat the clock, and rush and, sometimes be a little angry because the person in front of me was only going the speed limit. And when you start your day off in those frantic ways, it's like what you start with, what you begin with is how the rest of the day flows. And I
Absolutely.
finally figured that out. I changed up my morning routine. I guess I could say it's sort of like a combination of science and spirituality, right? So,
Mhm.
um, because when I start my day on a positive note, the rest of the day follows suit.
Mhm.
Um, the spiritual part of it is, like prayer, meditation, journaling, that kind of thing. Um, my affirmations, my empowered beliefs, reviewing my goals. This the science part of it is really I actually spend a few minutes every day in the morning envisioning what I want to see come about. If there's a big goal I'm working on, or even if it's a small goal, I kind of visualize that, because that's the power of our subconscious brain, as we've talked
Yeah.
about. But that's based in science, right? And some,
Mhm.
people have said to me, really, you spend your time like imagining things? And I'm like, yes, I
Mhm.
do. Because what
Yes.
we think about comes about, what we focus on expands, right?
Yes. Yes.
We
That
want,
law of attraction.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
And, I think the interesting thing, we should have a conversation about the law of attraction, but I think the reason why that's such a buzzword and so many people are like, that doesn't work, is because we could talk about what we want all day long. But one of the philosophers, Neville Goddard,
Mhm.
says, what you feel yourself to be, you are, right? So you
Mhm.
can't just talk about what you want. You have to feel yourself into it. And what better
Mhm.
way than envisioning it and feeling yourself in that new scenario, whatever it is you want to
Absolutely.
create, right? So
Absolutely.
that's part of what I do in the morning. What about you? I'd love to hear what yours
I
is like.
would I would say that my morning would also consist of spiritual and science, in your
Mhm.
words. It's mostly spiritual. I definitely start the day with prayer. That's the first thing that I do so that my mind is clear and the intention for what I want is guided by God. And then I also do reading of the scripture, just opening it up to wherever it leads me. And that's also another way of an affirmation and guidance for the day. I then do also read my personal affirmations, which some of them include scripture.
Mhm.
And then I also do look at my statement of desire and also like what I want to see happen, not just that day, but into my long term aspirational vision. Because again, what you think, what it will expand. I love what you just said that you have to feel it. And part of that feeling is putting yourself in that space. So envisioning is big. I have a vision board, I have a dream board, and have these different images of my mentor, my guide, my minister that helps me to think on a higher level and brings me through to the day. So anything that I want to do, if you start your day that way, like you just mentioned, on a positive note, already seeing yourself succeeding,
Yeah.
you will then just follow those steps because your steps, I believe that your steps are already ordered. We just have to stand up and walk in those steps.
I love that. Stand up and walk in those steps. That's great. That is great. Yeah. I think all of that is so rich, right? But what we also have to remember is to be flexible and
Mhm.
to be willing to change it up, because over the many years that I've been doing this, it has changed us a lot, right? It has changed for me a lot. Um, but the basic is that it keeps you on course and on purpose, right?
Yes, yes.
And yeah, to start your day knowing that you're filled up with something spiritual, you're filled up with something that's going to nurture you and bring you the wisdom and move you forward on the path that you want to be on. Like, wow, that's a big win. That's a big
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
And I love what you said, just being patient and flexible with yourself, because it is over time that you do to start to see those changes. And it's the power of spaced repetition. Having any practice that fuels your energy and your soul will be something that you can take with you for your eternity, for your life, for your journey.
Indeed.
And it can be tailored to whatever you want. And as you mentioned, Linda, it will change as you change. You'll incorporate new things, you'll learn new things, and you'll expand and grow on what your practice is.
It's so true. I love it. I hope everyone tries something that works for them, that lifts them up in their mornings. Until next time. Great
Yes.
to see you
Thank
all.
you all. See you soon.